Alrighty, then without further ado, Ayla, that is not Reina Risaki. That is...
Should have Reina Risaki. Should.
Oh, fuck. It's Veritas.
That's also not Rainer Gladefnin. That is Veritas Ashenborn, who is not your character.
Actually, technically, it's Cantrip.
It's Veritas Ashenborn. Anyway.
Yes, and I agreed it's Cantrip.
Anyway. Last we left off, we still have no Talzin, unfortunately. And we might actually be playing next week, depending on what is happening, because I overheard my parents talking about moving the plans from the 16th to the 17th. But they haven't actually told me anything. So, but we are without Talzin today, and we might not be playing next week, and if we do, we will be without Talzin. But last we left off, you guys continued to exist on APS Island, counting the days, passing the time, as the meeting draws ever closer. Although, of course, you were not given a specific date, you are 14 days until the end of the month, and you were told that it was around the end of the month. So, you are... It's only a matter of time. Some truths were learned. Existential crises had. Breakdowns had. And then questioning a crow and investigations. Para gave as many answers as she could about the realms of the dead and the alternative ways that, or the alternative afterlives some people get, including the soulbound crystals, claiming that the souls within the crystals are all but gone for the sake of whatever you may be wanting with them, and that the souls cannot be extracted. You also then begin to investigate the headquarters. You learn some information from Helibor's Pixie Scouts. By the base of Pillars 3, there lies a place where entrance be. Password required to open doors. Speak the phrase Vitra Mors. A book held by a mage renowned, to which flesh secrets are forever bound. A gem worn by the potion smith shines with magic, a well-thought gift. A book of names and places known, the whereabouts of chiefs are shown. A vault beneath lock and key, its contents we could not see. We have found Chief's Count 5, the ports, however, are alive, so wait and they shall arrive, and Chief's Count 9 shall forever thrive. A maze of halls of shock-white stone, the center bears a forgotten throne. Students learn amongst the halls to answer thus the hero's call. Beneath lies prison entrance gate, a call we known as fated fate. The potionsmith's tools in a lab located beneath foundation slab. Fragments lost or stolen thus seem not to have caused a fuss. A sickness took a village down, but they left the waking town. Death runs rampant in desert lands, left no blood to soak the sands. Heirs attacked thrice over now, they will protect, so is their vow. Lovers' quarrel shakes the roots, you would not want to walk their boots. And then, with the information provided, you decided to break into APS headquarters yourselves. With Rain, Heli, and Hyacinth entering into the main building, and Helibor and Talzin going to speak with Rindal, Helibor learned that things weren't quite so set in stone as she'd believed. Rindal spoke to her of her own ideals and revealed to Helibor that Rindal is actively attempting to find a cure to lycanthropy. And then, of course, or also revealed to Helibor that she willingly gave her fragment to Todd and offered to help as best as she can, providing potions and information, with the caveat that Helibor has to, quote-unquote, steal it from her chambers. And that she will have, quote-unquote, clumsily left the door open and left exactly what she needs on the counter. Meanwhile, Heli, Rain, and Hyacinth break in and find the meeting room. 10 seats around a table. 9 for each of the 9 commands of APS, and a 10th with the name Alphonse Prelon Strixhand, a dusted overthrown. And Rain made the mistake of sitting in said throne. So, Rain, as you sit, you feel a presence and a voice. What do you think you're doing? What do you do?
To be honest, I forgot that that's where we left off session. Rain tenses slightly. It's a slow tense, but definitely gets there. This wasn't necessarily something completely unexpected. Rain is going to try to slowly look over his shoulder, see if he can see anything, any sort of, like, visible marker that something is there now.
You shift your attention, and for a moment you swear you see a tuft of dark navy blue hair, but it's gone as soon as you try and focus on it.
To be honest, I was hoping I would get someone's attention. Who are you?
You sit in my throne and ask me who I am?
Just want to make sure I'm talking to the right guy after all. You know, you never know who could possess random objects.
I am Lord Alphonse Strixhand. At your service. Who might you be? A new chief?
Oh boy. Okay. Rain will chuckle a bit nervously. I'm not quite there yet. I have a question, if you wouldn't mind. Or maybe a series of questions. The keys everyone holds. The key fragments. No one knows really what they are. A lot of people believe they're some lost key to a basement or library, locked away, buried forever ago, but there's gotta be something more to it. No? Surely you'd know.
Yes, I know what my love used those keys to bind.
Bind?
A monster locked away. Inaccessible. And bound.
The one under the Citadel?
No, the Citadel has been there longer than this organization. No, I found the Citadel and built this island atop it. I believe it may have been constructed by those who first slew the beast. I'm sure you've heard the myths of the Cliffberg monster, slain by Mara during the War of Heroes.
I feel like Rain himself has not, but he's gonna go with it. I mean, a lot of people have shared a lot of different myths, but that's definitely one of them.
No, I talk of a beast bound beyond this plane in a dimension, a pocket dimension created by my own magic. My love used it to bind a creature most dangerous.
Well, if it's in a pocket dimension of your own creation, then no one has to worry about it, right? I mean, you're dead. It's not like you can, or anyone else can, replicate your own personal dimension.
I was dead when my lover bound it there. Why do you think he was so insistent on capturing it?
How can someone enter?
Planes can be created, but that doesn't mean that they are impermanent. With the right wave of the hand, the right weaving of words, you can recreate someone else's pocket plane. This magic is the last thing I passed down to my love before the new moon scourge killed me.
Oh. Do we know how the chief died?
You know that the founder of APS captured and bound Fenrir.
Yeah, we do know that.
Mm-hmm. You don't know how he died.
Okay. I feel like that's unfortunately not something we should get into at the moment. Rain will continue on. But at the same time, your lover's been long since gone.
Of course.
Are you saying it's a possibility someone could randomly enter your plane?
Randomly? No. Someone would have to know the right words, the right weaving of magic. They'd have to bear one of the scrolls or have studied the spell intricately. I believe the current chiefs all have access to the scrolls and give them to many of the commands under them.
So you're saying anyone can go in and out of this plane?
The
Well,
beast
not
is...
anyone.
The beast is locked away deep in its basement, I believe.
But why does no one know of the beast?
Because the way to find it is... It is locked behind a labyrinth. The magic of the plane has to want you to find it. Most who enter the plane seek only the library anyway. I believe the library has expanded since I created it.
It has. Certainly. I mean,
I wished to archive all I could within that library. Study all sorts of creatures in our world.
so the key fragments, they need to be kept apart if they are, in fact, somehow put together. They and someone were to use them, it would let the monster get out.
If all 8 fragments and the binding agent are brought together and the key is repaired, the monster could be released.
Surely you have other defenses, though. That's not just, like, that's such a simple, that's too easy. There's got to be something else. No? Or should we start preparing, maybe set up a couple more things?
I don't know. I didn't make it. My lover did. My lover bound the monster, built the key, built this whole organization. Perhaps there are more defenses. Perhaps there aren't. I'd need a physical form in order to tell, but I have been dead far too long to return to my own. Notably, Helly, you don't hear Rain talking. He's just kind of sat stock still on the throne.
I assumed I couldn't because I figured if I could, then you would have told me.
I just want to be clear on that.
Mm-hmm. But he is like, this isn't a conversation that's happening like super fast in his head. Like it is real time. Like he is just sitting there.
Yeah, he's just sitting there stock still, staring forwards.
If I recall, I sent V to get to bring Philly, so we have 2 minutes where we are V-less. So Helly is barely paying attention to Rain and is more worried about someone coming in while we do not have V to immediately disappear.
Fair enough. You were saying, Rain?
This monster that's locked away. What did they do?
The new moon scourge of the Callous Kingdom. A monster so old and so ancient. It terrorized the Callous Kingdom from north end to south, slaughtering hundreds, if not thousands, a year. Me and my love tried to fight it. Every new moon, a wolf of immense size and strength would prowl the forests, the villages, the roadsides, hunting for whatever food it could find. Growing stronger the more new moons rose in the sky. Me and my love tried to fight it, and it took my life. I sought to protect Azius from monsters, and yet I did not know the first thing about fighting a real monster.
There are other creatures like that, though. Do you believe... I mean, not all creatures who bear those curses are bad. They can change. Yes, they can change sometimes.
There is a difference between malice and monster. All who bear those curses are dangerous, regardless of if they have ill intent. Death is either a swift mercy for those cursed, or protection for those they hurt. But they are still monsters nonetheless.
But not all monsters are bad.
Monsters lose control, and even that threat of lost control makes them a threat to the people of Azius. Lycanthropes, vampires, any such creature. I believe the chiefs are growing soft, starting to show mercy to some who do not deserve it or shouldn't receive it.
Things have been changing over time. You wouldn't understand.
Perhaps not, bound to this throne, witnessing their conversations as the only piece of the world that I've seen.
But if you've been witnessing their conversations, then surely you know there's a group of vampires that are extremely dangerous.
The Crest Hunt. I remember
So you do
there
know
were
them.
still remnants of them when I had the idea for this place. And now they're back because my love, his subordinates, and their successors were not strong enough to eliminate the Crest Hunt at their weakest.
Do you talk to anyone else? Or is it just you here?
The others do not hear me, but they speak in my presence. This room attracts the dead who wander, however. There are many spirits here that I speak to, many like myself bound to this place.
Why does this place attract the dead? What draws them in?
Many of them are those who perish in the citadel below. They wander up here after some time and find themselves trapped within this room. Some are those who die on this island and have no crow to escort them. It's not exactly easy for a bird like that to fly this far from their natural habitats.
Would you be interested in getting those lost souls out?
They do not cause problems while they are here.
But surely even yourself, there has to be a point in time when you're ready to move on. Do something new. You can't just continue on with the same day-to-day tasks for years, centuries even. You've got to have something change it.
Is it not enough to watch what has been built in my name? APS. Alphonse Prelon Strixhand. Azius Protective Services. My love built this place. I built the island, but he built the reputation. He built the city. He built the community.
But your love's no longer here. Don't you miss him?
I do. But I do not need to be reunited with him yet. This place still needs me.
Until when?
Until it falls. Either the island or the organization, whichever falls first, I will fall with it.
I'm just still stuck on the fact that you would willingly keep yourself here. I could never stay trapped in a place like that for this long.
I've just been waiting for someone like you.
Rain's gonna try to inch off the throne slightly.
You can't move.
I was just about to say, it's definitely been 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes, yeah.
V is
So-
back.
Yeah, V is back. Helly is okay. And she'll look back to Rain and be like, Rainy, get up. She's going to wave a hand in front of his face.
Rain continues to stare, unmoving.
Whew, okay. Master Thief Rainy over here. I'm gonna attempt to pull Rain off of the throne. Being careful not to touch the chair, just touching Rain.
Unfortunately, touching Rain is enough. You touch Rain and immediately hear, I've been waiting for someone like you.
Rain, don't make any deals!
I'm not trying to make a deal. I was trying to convince.
You actually
Go
do
ahead.
hear Rain respond, Helly.
Have I stopped moving now?
Not entirely, because you aren't touching the throne, but your mind is kind of trapped in this conversation.
So I can't speak to, like, Hyacinth.
Yeah, you can't speak to Hyacinth or Hellebore, but if you let go of Rain, you might be able to.
Rain, get off the throne!
Rain's gonna attempt to move.
The chiefs of APS need to hear my voice. I don't have a vessel to do that. Or at least I didn't.
That's
Fuck!
that's wrong. Hold on. No. You're supposed to be the good guy here. You're not supposed to do any creepy
I
magic
let go
possession.
of Rain.
Okay, you let go of Rain.
I immediately looked at Hyacinth and I say, "Hi, do you have any rope or something?"
Rope? I think maybe Here, I've got some. He pulls a rope out of his bag.
All right, I'll throw the rope over Rain and then tie it. Do my best to tie it. I don't imagine Helly's trained in knots, but like, you know what? V's a very smart horse. I'll just hand it to V to put it in her mouth, and V will pull to try to get him off the throne.
Okay. Can you roll a strength check with V?
Okay.
As Alphonse continues with Rain. I need to speak to them. Like I said, they've grown soft, letting monsters live on the island that I built.
Things have changed.
Just straight strength?
Yeah, straight strength.
19.
19. You may think they've changed, but monsters are still always monsters. The undead, lycanthropes, vampires, they cannot be allowed to walk freely on, and his voice is suddenly cut off as you are yanked off the throne.
I'll immediately run over, make sure Rain didn't get too hurt by it.
Oh,
Rain, are you okay? Are you still...
Rain,
I like slap his face a little bit.
I'll say you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage from being yanked off the throne and kind of slamming into the ground.
Rain breaks both of his arms, shattering.
Oh no, he's down.
Hold on.
Does Rain
What did
respond?
you say?
I said,
sorry.
are you okay? If Rain really doesn't respond, then Helly will begin progressively slapping his face harder.
Oh no! I feel like Rain would respond with like an ow.
Oh, good.
Wait, what the fuck is this campaign? Hold on, I'm trying to find the right Rain.
Who was that? I heard a voice.
Oh, you heard him too. Right, that is the APS dude himself. He's an absolute asshole, and Rain's going to point at the chair. Who tried possessing me or something.
Wow, shocker that APS was founded by an asshole. Wow, they've made such a departure since then.
And he can hear everything we say, by the way. I think,
Good,
maybe.
and I flip off the throne.
I mean, you can't do anything unless you sit on the throne, right?
Maybe, but there's still apparently a lot of souls are trapped in this room. We should be careful.
Trapped? We seen the souls while we were in the ethereal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did they seem distressed?
No.
Are they trapped, or do they just kind of want to be here? It might just be easier for them to be here.
I guess that would be more accurate. Maybe. I don't know if they want to leave or just can't leave. I don't know.
It's always hard to tell with those kinds of things.
Souls can be pretty passive, once they're dead and all. The ones that aren't passive usually, like, you'll know if they're upset. Did you get anything? Did you get anything good?
Apparently APS does know about the crest hunt. Which, big shocker there, yada yada yada. Rain is going to pointedly look at Helly and Hyacinth when he says this and say, I also learned that there is a monster in some plane that's what the key fragments are for. We don't want to touch that with like a 10-foot pole.
Can I roll insight to see if I'm picking up what he's putting down?
Sure, roll insight. I should actually do the same for Hyacinth.
Oh my god. I will actually punch someone.
What did Helly get?
Helly rolled a natural one, and
fuck.
so she goes, "Yeah, Finra, right?"
You see Rain's eye just twitch. I don't know what you're talking about. Allie, I don't know what you're talking about.
Did Helly not tell you about that? How many secrets do you keep from each other? Wow, I didn't realize she didn't trust you that much.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's keep it that way and move on to the food issue we're having.
Food? Are you hungry? I mean, we could.
Yes, I'm hungry.
Did almost getting possessed make you hungry? Is that how
I'm
that works?
starving right now.
Well, if there's nothing else in this room, I guess we can just go ahead and leave. You can set up your spy thingy later.
I mean, we could always come back later if we need, you know.
I'd like to find out where one of them sleeps, though. One of the chiefs.
That's ominous.
There's a reason for it. It's not creepy, or at least no creepier than you sitting on a dead guy's chair and looking off into space like the.
Hold up, you've sat on dead guys' chairs before, I'm sure.
Like a blank stare, almost getting possessed.
It was a little uncomfortable.
Is the book here for the one where all the chiefs are? You just kind of immediately like went for the throne, which I gotta say does not look like a book.
True. Let's look for the book before we leave, and let's also, try to remain a little more quiet so we don't wake up anyone or alert anyone. Rain's gonna go search around for anything that might. Anything, really.
Anything that might anything.
Words are not wording.
That might anything. You begin to hear the sounds of approaching footsteps from one of the doors.
Immediately, like, everyone together! And as soon as we all gather around, we disappear.
Yeah. You vanish into the ethereal just as one of the doors opens, and in walks a figure familiar to you, Rain, Kiana, the command chief of APS. White hair with some red mixed in, a single white tail, white red-tipped tail, dressed in kind of white and black, a key fragment hanging from his belt, as he walks in with someone behind him. As he enters into the room, you see he approaches towards the center, towards the throne, and then stops. The person behind him, who seems to be some sort of attendant, like a secretary or something, he stops looking at the throne, shifts his eyes to the secretary and back to it as he says, "Someone's been here."
Oh, shit, you forgot to do it!
Mm-hmm.
As these...
Can we hear them?
I would say yes.
Okay.
As the secretary kind of looks at the throne, looks around the room. "They're probably already gone, Master Kiana." Kiana's nose kind of twitches. Unless... They didn't leave by foot. If they're gone, they teleported. Either that or they're invisible, or they plane shifted. And I don't see any gateway. So they're not in the APS mansion. Master Kiana, I don't think it's worth it. They were just on the throne, right? Just on the throne. Just on the throne. They're evidently not anymore. Yeah?
Imagine someone being invisible on the throne.
Which means they left, which means they might have taken him with them. Oh.
I look at Rain.
Sit. What? Sit. I don't want to have to tell you again. Sit. Yes. Kiana will, or the secretary will kind of sit on the throne, and you see immediately stock still as Kiana walks over and lays a hand on their shoulder. You don't hear the conversation, but in the ethereal, you do see a spirit kind of suddenly come out of the throne and lean over into the ear of the person sat upon it. And I will go ahead and put that art in NPCs, but I will also give a description here. The spirit appears to be an elven male, dark navy blue hair with various pieces of jewelry within it, and a very extravagant robe over loose baggy pants. It seems to be designed to look like stars, and there's a staff on their back with a blue crystal hanging in the center. You can't make out what they're saying to each other, but you can tell that the spirit is speaking. And you gather that this is likely Alphonse.
We can't touch or interact with anything, right?
Not on the ethereal, no.
But he makes no indication that he can see us.
Correct.
Right? Alright, we're gonna continue to see how this plays out. At least Rain is, unless Helly or Hyzen want to do anything.
Do Helly or Hyatt, or does Helly do anything? Because I don't think Hyacinth would.
Does Hyzen want to do anything?
I don't think so. I think Helly is pretty confident that these dumb mortals don't even know how to look into the ethereal plane, so she's not worried about getting caught. So she's kind of just sitting there until it seems like there's nothing else to do.
Fair. After a minute, you do see Kiana remove his hand, reach into a pouch and pull out a rope that is much bigger than the pouch itself, evidently some sort of bag of holding, and pull the attendant off the chair in much the same manner that V pulled Rain off. As Kiana looks down at the secretary and says, "They didn't take him." Yeah, I can tell. I don't need your sass right now. Right, sorry, Kiana. But he wasn't helpful either. No. Fine. We can come back later. Okay. You see Kiana snap, and the throne redusts, as if no one had been on it, and the two leave the room.
Oh
communicate to each other. Right.
Yeah.
In the ethereal plane.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
can commune with each other on the ethereal.
Rain is just gonna say then. Wait. So they don't want him to leave either. They're keeping him trapped here.
Seems like they keep a lot of things trapped.
That's
There's at least 3 really old things that they keep trapped here.
not right.
I agree.
Does every member of APS just automatically go straight to hell?
How many members of APS have I seen in hell?
You've seen a couple members of APS. You've seen a couple ex-chiefs of APS, but fewer than you'd expect if they're all this evil.
Right. Yeah, I would assume I have seen fewer members of APS in hell than I have now seen on the material.
Yeah.
Yes. Not that often. They might have like loopholes, or maybe like the normal ones, the grunts, or maybe good people that they're just tricking. We get a few chiefs every now and then.
Though a lot of chiefs end up in avarice or disregard.
But they don't even go to like the fun hells. They just go to the boring city ones. Well, boring in terms of like punishment.
I want to speak to him again.
Who?
The guy in the chair.
You know, how long have we been here?
Like 20 minutes, maybe?
Maybe we don't do that before we meet up with the others. Like, what if Helly found out something that's like, oh, the guy who founded APS is super powerful, and like if you escape him once, he'll forever rue, and like if you try to sit on the chair a second time, he'll just kill you. You know, something like that.
All right, fine, you're right. We'll meet up with the others, and then I want to come back here today.
Today. Oh, okay. Well, we didn't find the book, right?
Right. You haven't found the book yet.
We still need to find the book. And I mean, coming back later today, I mean, what if they have the meeting? So, like, yeah, we should definitely keep someone, like, if possible, we should check in on this place a lot to see if they have a meeting or something.
All right. Let's go find the others then real quick. And I want to come back here soon.
Uh-oh.
Rain takes a step towards the throne, and he goes to raise his hand, but stops. All right, let's go.
All right. Walk out the way we came, I guess.
Okay.
We don't do. Are you sure you don't want to look for the book some more?
I mean, while we're still here, might as well. Really quick.
Kiana,
All right, we go back to searching.
They disappeared, right? So they're not here anymore.
They walked back out the way they came.
All right. Did we continue to hear them walk, or did they stop right at the door, waiting to see if we'd appear?
You heard the fading footsteps behind the closed door.
That doesn't mean anything. They could have faked those.
Yeah, no answer I can give you would be conclusive.
Let's go out there and pop out there and check.
We can literally just walk over there and check.
Yeah. Let's just stick our head out the door, okay?
Okay.
Stick my head out the door.
You stick your head out the door and they are not there.
Wait, can we pop our heads through each other as well?
No.
No, we are existent on the ethereal plane. We exist here at the moment.
Damn, we can't like.
The reason why we can walk through walls is they do not exist on the ethereal plane. But while we do, we cannot overlap.
I want an ethereal house.
Okay, then I'll snap us back into the material, and we can start looking some more, and hopefully roll better investigation this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll investigation, and I will also roll for Hyacinth since he's now chilling with you guys.
Ooh.
You didn't
So I
roll
got a
amazing.
natural 19, but what's my investigation?
You're a wizard.
Ugh, math. Ew.
I got a 16 total.
I got a 16. Wait, hold on. That's not right math.
Yeah, I was about to say.
26 out of 10 for that.
-3 modifier.
Also,
You're a wizard.
It's not important, but just to add DMs.
I did see it.
Okay.
You're a wizard, but not a very good one. Oh, Rain's not a wizard. He's a thief, a rogue, if you will.
Even if he was, intelligence should still be a moderate to decent to really good stat for him. And charisma being his highest stat. Anyway,
I lied. He's bard.
oh my God.
Anyways.
I literally have access to your character sheet.
Okay, touche.
Anyway,
You have access to the cover character sheet.
Oh, good one.
$26, 16, and 11 from Hyacinth. You guys begin to wander. Can I have stealth checks as well if you're trying to stay hidden?
Platforms are not great for stealth again, but that's gonna be a 13.
I can't. Okay. Hold on. I need to turn on my light. It's hard to read this dice without it. Okay.
That's what she said?
Is that what she said? I mean, I guess that's what I said.
Yeah?
So yeah. Stealth. That is a total of 16.
Rain, what did you say you got?
13.
And Hyacinth got a natural 20 for a total of 22. You guys managed to keep mostly out of sight as you move through the building. Those who do notice you don't question it. They're in a rush to get somewhere or in the middle of doing something and don't have the time or the energy to question why you're sneaking around through the building. And it's only like a couple of people who are evidently not fully aware of what they're doing. Maybe students or secretaries or whatever.
We're not doing the tuck and roll sneaking, we're doing the we belong here blending in sneaking.
That's kind of what I figured.
But you might be doing that. I don't know if that's gonna work out for Helly.
That's also fair. I think Rain and Hyacinth position themselves so that Helly is harder to see, and then Helly is like being super quiet and crouching low and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Rain just whips out his glasses and he's good to go.
But you guys move through the building in search of the book. And eventually, you do find something. You push open a door to what appears to be an office as you open it. You see a desk sat in the middle with the name Elsword on it. The shelves are lined with various books, and at the back of the room, there is a a weapon holder display thing with a longsword. And sitting open on the desk is a book.
I'll read the book. Or read whatever page it's on.
Okay, let me just double check something real quick here.
Did you say there's both a sword and a book? I'm so sorry.
Yes, there's a sword on the back wall, and there is a book. Where the fuck? I swear I had stats. Hang on. Okay, I don't. That's fine. That's not the end of the world. But you take a look at the book. Taking a look at the page it's open to. What languages do you speak?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Infernal.
You aren't able to read what it says. The words don't make sense to you. What does make sense to you is the map. The map of Azius. And you see little dots on the map. You can't read the little labels attached to them, but you do see them moving ever so slightly. There are 5 dots around APS Island.
Rainy, look. They wrote a book in gibberish, but it has a map. And they're
Rain's gonna peek over at this book.
Rain, you are able to read it completely. It is written in Elvish.
I like how you don't even ask what languages I know. I was ready to list them off. Can I still list them off?
Sure, list them off.
Ancient Old Guy speech. Common. Elvish. Goblin. Infernal. Sylvan. And Zemnian.
So it is written in Elvish. You see 9 dots total on the... First of all, there's a whole paragraph on one side of the book that talks about, in detail, has a mark, has the name of each of the 9 commands of APS, and a small blurb about their current mission. And then the map has 9 dots, each labeled with one of the commands of APS. The 5 currently marked as being on APS Island are Aconite, Elwadin, Ariel, Kiana, and Rindal. Correction, there are 7 dots on this map.
Two missing.
Looking around, you don't see Ariane and you don't see Holly anywhere. Though you do see both Elsword and Tatum as being marked in the Empire, both in the capital city.
So I see Rain looking it over, and I go, they must have written it in some sort of code. Can you decipher it?
I think I've got it. And Rain's gonna start reading what the book says.
Elsword and Tatum's current mission is listed as protecting the Imperial Emperor from the Cursed Ones, as there was another recent attack within the Empire against the heirs of the 3 kingdoms, and they had found information suggesting that the Emperor was the next target. So Elsword and Tatum are both there. Aconite,
I feel like we should take care of that at some point.
Aconite, Elwadin, Ariel, Kiana, and Rindal all have the same mission listed: prepare for the meeting. Ariane and Holly both have missions listed as well. Holly's mission is listed as find the resting place of... I'm blanking on her name. What the fuck is her name?
Make one up.
No, I can't do that. Find the resting place of Morlena Falland.
Ooh,
Don't make up that name.
too bad that doesn't mean anything to me.
And Ariane's mission is listed as collect the scrolls his coworkers require.
Weird. All right, so we can come checking on the book every day and see how close they are to gathering.
Well,
Do we
we
know?
can.
Is it No, this is something Helly would ask. Is it common knowledge where the chiefs sleep? Like, do they have their own quarters?
Flipping through the book, what else is in the book?
Helly like slaps her hand and says, "Don't touch that. You've already been
Hey.
possessed once today."
That was from the chair. This is the book. The book's different. Besides, I'm a wizard.
The book looks way more magical.
That's because it is. I'm a magical person in the first place. I need to study this.
That's
if I can replicate the
that's why
spell.
you magically almost got possessed. You
I need to-
haven't even thanked me, or the rope.
Oh, you're actually right. Sorry. Can I please see the rope?
Hyacinth will pull out the rope.
Oh my god!
Hyacinth will pull out the rope.
Rain is about to burn these pages with this fire. Holy shit.
Good luck. Sorry. Rain will gratefully accept the rope. And how much rope is this?
It's about 50 feet.
Thank you, Hyacinth, for the rope. Rain is going to hold the rope in his arms and just caress it for a moment. Thank you, rope, for saving me from getting possessed. Honestly, I don't know how you did it. I'm very grateful and appreciative for your efforts, though. So I would like to thank you for all you've done, and all you hopefully will continue to do while in service to Hyacinth. And Rain will hand the rope back.
Helly just progressively gets an angrier pout as he does.
Wait, if it's getting angrier each time, the Rain's gonna continue complimenting the rope.
It's made of hemp.
You are a wonderful hemp rope. And I swear, every tricky situation we get into, you somehow are always there to pull us out.
I'm gonna burn
No
the
rope
fucking
can ever-
rope! I want to know how he absolutely does yell that.
All right. Your point's across. Rain is going to give the rope over. But seriously, thank you, Helly, and thank you, V. I do appreciate it.
Well, you can pay us back by not touching this book and getting possessed. Or, like, you know, what if you flip to a different page and then someone notices that, like, the page flipped and then they know we were here too?
I wasn't, so... Okay, you have a point. But I still need to inspect it and look at it so that we can hopefully figure out how to replicate this so we can get our own.
Can you do that? Can you make one of these?
Maybe that's why I was wanting. At the very least, I want to take the book as eventually.
Well, don't take it, then they'll definitely know we were here.
Oh, for sure. But I kind of want it.
What? We have to be here for like a lot longer. Take it later.
All right. Later on, you and I will team up. It'll be awesome and epic, and we'll take the book and show it to Hellebore, and she'll love it.
Don't include me in this. This is avarice all over the place. You need to watch out. I think you're very ungrateful, and I would love to see you try to break into this place without me or thee.
Hold on. You think I'm ungrateful? Well, first of all, I'm sorry if that's the impression I gave off. You did honestly save us a lot of time, resources, and effort getting into here.
Mm-hmm.
V did pretty much everything that I'm sure you taught. So I'm not I'm not ungrateful.
Can I ask you, Ayla, if that was meant to be a snipe at Ellie?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the rain snipes sometimes just come out accidentally, and for instance, the rope one. That was an accident and a slip of the tongue. Sometimes it just happens. I'm sorry.
You're just naturally sassy, and you can't really tell if it's on purpose anymore. Well, I'm sure V's tired, so we should get out of here. We know where the book is, so we can get back here quickly next time.
You're right. Rain's going to look around, and he wants to look at the sword real quick, inspect that.
Carved into the hilt of the blade, there is a name. I just need to double check if carved into the hilt of the sword, or not the hilt of the sword, carved into the blade, is the name House. I'm sorry, my brain just did a hard reset.
Just make up a name, we'll be fine.
Carved into the blade is the it reads House Jarius. Garius.
Ajarius.
House Garius.
Downright glorious.
Garreus. Garius.
I need one of their members to be named Gar.
Gargarius? What about Hun? So it's Hungarius.
Oh, Tabby.
Anyway.
I like to imagine that as a actual conversation Rain and Ellie have.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Canon.
So,
we good to
V
go?
needs the rest. I think so. Let's make sure
Alright.
we take care of everyone and get you guys some rest, okay?
Mm-hmm. Did you say take the book?
No, I did not. Okay, that I don't know. I said take care of you all,
Okay.
not take the book. That's. I'm sure some of you might.
All right. Helly will
Would you like-
nod to V to bring us into the ethereal.
Helly,
then-
would you like? Oh, go
Hmm?
ahead.
Go on.
Oh, sorry. Helly, would you like to hold my hand so you could keep track of my hand so I don't take the book?
No, don't worry about it. And just hop up on V.
Wait, do we have to be like actively writing V?
No, we just have to be around them to be transported in and out. But V does have a 90-foot flying speed, so riding her would get us out of here a lot quicker.
Okay. How tall is V?
They are a large creature. They are a horse.
All right. Rain gets up on V. At first, it's no trouble, but then a little bit of panic starts setting in, and he's going to go down lower and just like try to koala cling onto V.
Hallie will also climb up and offer for Hyacinth.
Hyacinth will climb on.
All right. And then Hallie will attempt to direct V to the hotel room.
All right, you guys make your way to the room.
What
And
if the others aren't there by the time we get back?
Well, we can see if they are or not when we get there.
Meanwhile, Hellebore, you leave. You leave Rindal's office, and what do you do?
I mean, I feel like that's pretty much all that Hellebore had planned at the moment. I'm sure we basically probably decided we would meet back at the hotel room, so she will actually, I think she kind of like slaps the side of her head, like realizing that she forgot to ask. On the way to the hotel room, she is going to try to see if she can find like literally just anyone with APS, like anyone that's wearing a badge or like is, in uniform.
Okay.
And
Pretty easy.
is all right. She's just going to politely but awkwardly like kind of wave them down. Excuse me.
Hello. How can I help you?
Yes. I was, told to deliver a message at the, APS meeting thing. It was kind of vague, but it's like a personal message. They kind of didn't tell me what day that was, though. Would you know when they're having that?
Oh, yes. The chiefs of APS are meeting on the 26th.
Okay. 26th of this month, right?
Yes, this is 10 days from now.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Of course. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hellebore, as you're
Alrighty.
walking away, realization strikes in. That night, the 26th, is when both Chaos and Luna's moons are new.
Oh no! Of course.
Uh-oh.
Oh fuck.
Ah, fuck.
So there goes the idea of letting Fenrir out on the meeting night.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I feel like she's just like, skipping away, happy camper, and then like the smile just drops as she comes to the realization, and she definitely kind of curses under her breath a little bit. But I feel like somewhat was expecting this, knowing that it was around that time, probably, so she is just going to return to the hotel room, and depending on how long it takes for the others to get back, she's gonna get some scythe practice in.
Fair enough. It probably takes a bit for the others to get back, so you have time. to
I
get
wonder-
some scythe practice in.
Oh.
Go on,
I
Tabby.
want to make V. I want to get into the room, hop off of V, and then have all of us appear in front of Helmore.
Okay. While she's swinging her scythe?
I'll try to find an area where she's not swinging, although I guess that would be hard in the room to put. It would be hard to find in a hotel room space enough to swing a scythe and keep a horse and not have some overlap in those spaces.
You make
So,
Hella board jump and she decapitates all of us. Great
I
side
will.
practice.
I will try to find a moment when she is like, maybe taking a break from swinging or something.
Okay, fair enough. You guys, Hellebore, you suddenly see your companions appear directly in front of you.
Spice!
I'm gonna say the scythe was
What?
down, and she was just like kind of stretching. She jumps and hits her head on the ceiling, like falls back down and like scrambles to her feet. Oh, the horse!
Ellie,
The horse! It's here! The horse!
Ellie is laughing. Slightly. Feels bad for laughing, but is laughing. Yeah, this is me. This is my nightmare.
You won't believe how freaking cool this horse is. We gotta ride the horse. The horse goes like to a different plane. We were able to go through walls, easily break in, and it's all thanks to these two over here, and some rope also helped out along.
Night.
But we actually broke in before Hyacinth.
Oh,
I mean, when they're shifting to the ethereal plane, it's kind of hard to keep up with them.
Yeah, we're really good at stuff.
Helly. Okay. I'm sorry. Nightmare.
Mhm.
Like a nightmare,
Oh.
like a nightmare, like a nightmare that you have, but it's like a nightmare because a mare is a horse. Who came up with this?
Helly is falling and then like has a realization. Is like, oh, it is like a mare. Oh, we don't have like regular mares, so like I didn't even piece together that. Yeah, it is like that.
Oh
I don't
my
know, it's really
gosh! It must have been created by an absolute pun master. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can look at me and you can totally like see nightmare. Definitely look at all the fire.
Hellebore is like absolutely all over this horse. She's definitely, I think, is like the intrusive thoughts like went out. She's gonna try to like touch the flame. Does it hurt?
I don't imagine so.
I imagine it's kind of like Helly's Halo,
Yeah, it's
where like
super warm.
it's warm, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I was about to make a reference to Pokemon, but I don't think Tori would have the necessary context.
Yeah, but not
I
like
know the Pokemon that
does-
you're talking about. If that's
she
what
doesn't
you're-
have the context for Helly's Halo either. So
You're a goon. She like pokes the fire then.
Ellie, it's like your Halo.
I mean, it's not exactly like it.
Well, yeah,
kinda.
of course. Oh, that's so amazing. Okay. Well, I'm getting sidetracked. What did you guys find out?
Oh yeah. V, go have a good day. Eat some hellgrass for me. I'm gonna dismiss V.
V vanishes.
I was I said dismiss V, and you were like, hmm? And I was like, what? Is that confusing? Is that a confusing thing to do?
No, I went, mm-hmm.
Okay. You cut out then.
I imagined you. I'm sorry, just the mental image. I imagine like you dismiss her and like Halibor was hugging her and like kind of falls forward and probably like lands on top of you and has to like catch herself.
Watch out. We found the book, first of all. We also found the meeting room, and Rain almost got possessed by a big, like the founder ghost. And, okay, am I telling the story or are you?
I want to bring up something. Well, okay, you finish the story, and
Yeah. Don't interrupt me. That's really rude.
I
So
wasn't
yeah,
interrupting you.
Rain sat down on the throne and then was like, bleh, and looked real blank and weird. And then I tried to pull him off, and he was talking to this dead ghost king. And so I was really smart, and I tied a rope around him, and I had V pull him off the throne. And then he didn't even thank me until like way later. But it's fine. He didn't get possessed, but they do kind of know someone was in there. So. But
Not only that,
whatever.
but
It's
there's
all
also,
freaking-
hey, you interrupted me that time.
Just because my sentence ends doesn't mean I'm done talking.
Well, how am I supposed to know when you're done talking and I can talk?
I'll tell you when I'm done talking.
Oh no, that'll take forever.
Okay, I'm done talking. Go ahead.
Oh, that actually wasn't that long. Huh. Suddenly I lost everything I was getting. Oh, the dead guy. Right. Hellebore.
Helibert just kind of blinks. Like she her face looks a little like she's looking in between them like over and over again. You can see she's trying to catch up to what's going on.
Yeah?
So there's a dead guy in a chair. And I don't know if he's necessarily like evil or whatnot, but I don't think he's necessarily evil. It's just he's kind of a asshole. He's fully convinced that like APS has gotten too weak. They've allowed the Crest Hunt to regain their strength, yada yada yada. But I think part of it is I think we should try to find some way to release him, sort of, to try to, I don't know, put him into like the afterlife, or maybe drag him down to hell or something, because he's just stuck there. And APS clearly doesn't want him to leave. They made sure no one took him, and I don't know. I feel like if APS wants to keep him trapped in that room in the chair, then that's wrong, and he should be given the choice to leave if he wants.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't be able to bring him to hell, but Para, we could ask Para if they can get Kira to do that.
Or even just another crow, I guess. Wait. Okay, so the person is like, did APS like bind them to the chair? Why would they bind like their king leader person?
They're not letting him leave. He tried to possess me to leave, but it's clear APS wants him stuck in the chair, which is wrong.
I mean, if they're that bad, and it kind of sounds like they may be if they were trying to possess you, and if they... Well, I mean, they started the organization. I doubt they're very good. We, I guess, could at least try to see if maybe, you know...
It's definitely something we should all talk about, at the very least, and I think we should all have a conversation with them as well. Last time, we clearly saw that someone has to sit on the throne, and then you can use rope to pull him off. I think we should try to do that again at some point, and all of us can kind of maybe keep someone on watch, of course, but we we should all have a discussion with them, figure out what's going on exactly, or try to figure out something. I also got a little bit of information about Fenrir, and we kind of lied a lot, which, by the way, that reminds me, Helly, you did not catch what I was trying to throw at you. I'm sorry. There
didn't?
was...
What?
I was trying to make sure that he wouldn't know that we were going after the keys to unlock Fenrir. And then you name dropped Fenrir, so that might be a problem later on. He might catch us in our lie, think we're the bad people. But I was trying to make it seem like, oh, we don't know what the monster in the basement is, yada yada yada. Kind of his words there, not mine. And then Hellenborg drops Fenrir.
You should be clear with things like that.
I should be. I'm sorry.
What did he
I
say
forgive you.
about her, though?
He was just constantly going on about like how they were a monster, they were trying to protect people, they were slaughtering thousands, and every moon they grew stronger. And the part that I really don't like about this guy is the fact that he grouped all vampires, lycanthropes, all under the same term of monster, because he said, eventually they'll lose control.
Hellebore, it doesn't look surprised. Like you can see there's like a bit of annoyance, but she expected this and has heard all of this before.
I figured, yeah. I mean, it would have to take someone like that to lock them up anyways. Are they the one who did it?
It was their lover.
Also, can we back up a second? You want all of us to talk to them and maybe get possessed?
I don't think that's how that works. I think it's whoever's sitting in the chair is the only one who runs the risk, because you saw how they ordered the secretary to sit in the throne so that they could touch them and figure out if they were there. You saw how Kiana reacted there. I don't think I think it's only the person who has direct contact with the throne.
So why,
Wait.
why should we let it be you then? I mean, if that's the case, we could just like sit Philly on the throne and touch him.
I will gladly do so if that is your order, Mistress Felicia.
Do we want it to be Philly? I feel like that's kind of low.
I think if he possessed Philly, it wouldn't really be a problem. We could take Philly.
You could simply send me back to the hells if I get possessed.
And then we're delivering them to the hells anyways. That's perfect.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Or
they could unpossess you there, right?
yes, or the soul may be dispelled and remain on the material, depending on the form of possession.
If it remains, would it be back in the chair or would it be freed?
It would likely still be bound to whatever is binding it to the plane.
See? Perfect idea. Well, we'll use Philly.
All right.
I don't know if it would work, but I mean, I could try to just remove the magic from the chair if they're using it. Do you think that would work?
Would that get rid of his soul, or would it just get rid of the magic keeping him there? Because we don't want him like free, do we? Because then he'd like fuck with us.
Yeah, he definitely needs to go to the hells.
Mm-hmm.
We could always ask him what he wants, I guess, as well, whenever we talk to him.
He would want to be free, and we don't want him to be. What? Why does that matter?
Didn't he try to take you over as a vessel, Rain? I think it's a little obvious what he wants.
Either way, I know that when we go back, I'm cleaning up the chair. Because they redusted it, and that's just disgraceful.
They did they did redust it. So what if they have someone like regularly sit on it and they just redust it every time to make it look like it's been super old? What if
I
it's
don't
not
know.
even that old?
It's kind of fucked up. You'd think they would be like, okay, just like put a sign on it. Oh, don't sit in the throne or something like that. I don't know.
Well, that would
I
just
know.
make people sit in it more.
Well, true. Okay. I know if I saw something or someone told me not to do something, I would definitely try to do something.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Rain, you shouldn't be nicer to me.
Ah, you're right.
No, stop.
Wait, I'm confused. There were negatives in that conversation. I don't know which way. That broke me. I don't know which way that meant now. Hold on. You should... Someone explain it.
No. Helly will look to Hellebore and say, "What about on your end? Did you chew Rindal out? Did you make her cry?"
Um, no. Well, I did yell. I definitely let her know that it was really bad and that I was mad, and I still am, but um, it actually didn't go the way I thought it would, like, at all. I started talking about, like, the stuff, and I was like, hey, why'd you, like, throw me in prison and not try to help and stuff? And apparently, from the last time that I yelled at her, she's been trying to make, like, a cure, I guess, for lycanthropy, or at least something to, like, help with it. And she actually offered to help. Like, that's why I was asking, like, what potions you guys wanted. She was going to make potions for us and then leave them in there, like, tonight for us to go get them. And also, like, write down where, like, the other keys are for the other people. I mean, I'm still mad. Like, she was insulting you, Rain, and I said it was really dumb. She thinks that you're wrong just because you like killed some people and like stole some things, but like I try to explain that it's like why you do it that matters, but like law people don't normally understand or get it. So yeah.
I'm kind of at peace with being not necessarily seen as the good guy. It's okay, Hellebore. Thank you for trying to defend me, though.
I'd be careful with her. It seems like she's trying to get on your good side. So, like, don't be tricked, Helly. She did
Maybe
still sentence us to, like, a long time in prison.
you are right. She did admit that she doesn't really think that most of the people sent down there deserve it, but she's still the one that's sending them down there, so I agree.
That makes it even worse if she doesn't even, like, she could be wrong about them going, but if she knows it's wrong and she does it anyway, yeah, no, she's a terrible person. Just keep an eye on her. In fact, we might want to test those potions for poison before we use them.
Mistress Helicia, just to be clear, she did speak about being unable to change the rules that she has to follow.
Okay.
And
Sounds like she's not trying hard enough.
it is still her decision to be with APS. She could leave and like make her own thing if she really wanted to, but I don't think she's as bad, at least as I initially thought. She just seemed like too constrained by like rules and laws and stuff, but I think she maybe has a good heart.
Helly gives how to describe this look. Helly looks like almost sad at how naive she believes Hellebore is being, but doesn't argue. Okay, sure, Helly, sure. Maybe she's a good person after all, or something stupid like that. But did you? So we gotta go back for the potions later tonight. I know Rain wanted to go back to the meeting room tonight too.
Yes. She said that she would leave the lab like unlocked or something. I also like put a piece of paper there and asked that she write where the key things are, like where the people keep them at. Oh, speaking of, you guys said that you saw the book, right? Did it like show where everyone was at?
Yeah, it showed there were 5 on the island and 2 not on the island, and then it had like 2. It wasn't even on the map.
Hmm.
But it didn't show like specifically like what room they're in. It's just they were on the island, so it's not that helpful. But I guess it's still pretty helpful. Hallie, do you know where they sleep, the chiefs?
Uh,
Did Helibor maybe see anything
No.
that looked like that?
No.
Okay.
Did Randall's room have a bed?
Did
You
it?
you didn't see a bed in Rindal's room, but you did see a door that you didn't get to go through. That was kind of in the lab area.
Okay. She kind of shakes her head a little bit.
I don't know where they sleep. There was another door in Rindal's area, so maybe she sleeps there, but we already have her key, so I don't really think we need to worry about that.
Mm-hmm. I just think maybe like the Arcanist guy. He seems smart in an annoying way, and if we want to get his key, it might be better if he's tired. And I have a way to make sure he's tired, but I need to know where he sleeps.
Just to be clear, the Arcanist was the one that wasn't on the map.
The Arcanist was one of the ones not on the map, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think Hellie's thought that much. She just knows 2 of them were missing. Has not placed which 2.
Oh,
'Cause
okay, yeah.
she
I guess
did-
because
she
Rain
did-
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she didn't
Okay.
read the labels.
True. She'll just kind of nod then.
Are they one of the ones that are here?
I don't know. It was like written in some gibberish. Rainy?
It's. Oh gosh, I'm blanking on everything ever. Rain will continue on where Helly left off and list off like where everyone is, what their current missions are, pretty much everything that they said to Helly.
Okay.
All right. Well, we get to have another round of panic. Cassia fucking name drop Orlina. She does like a triple take, and like moves like closer to Rain, like right in front of him, and just like stares. What? What did you not lead with that? What reasons? What
There's
reasons? Did it have a
nothing-
reason?
I wasn't allowed to touch the book to investigate, unfortunately. Helly thought it would be too dangerous.
I don't think they'd list the reasons on the other pages. The
But
other
there could,
pages were probably traps or something.
there could have
The other
been
pages
more
probably have-
information.
Mission reports.
Yeah.
Detail.
Whose side are you on? He almost got possessed by sitting in a chair. Who knows
would've
what
been
would
the
have
first
happened if he
time it
touched a
happened.
magical book?
The book seemed... The difference is the chair seemed like a relic. The book seemed like something that was actively being used.
Well, I see how it is, Hyacinth. You won't throw in your opinion until later when you have like all the information and it makes me look dumb.
Yes, I do tend to hold my tongue until I know everything that I can about the situation.
Well, that's stupid. You can touch the book when we go back tonight.
I'll definitely need to take a look. The only thing I can think of is, I mean, if they know about the crest hunt, you mentioned that the person knew about it, so and maybe they put that together or something. But
We
I
know
mean
where.
that's good though. Like if they actually find like the coffin thing, whatever, they can like destroy it, and then like we can actually like kill her.
Yes, that. Uh, that's true, but do we really think that they're competent enough to find it?
Well, maybe it at least has like their leads so far, like what they've reported back or something like that.
Maybe. We'll find out. Uh, well, if Arian isn't on the island, uh, what about Kiana? Can I hunt? I want to haunt Kiana's dreams. She seems bad. Did you see how she talked to her secretary? Like
He.
so rude to her hired help.
The Kiana chief is he.
Oh, my bad. Did you see how he talked to his secretary?
I did see that, yeah. I wonder. It makes me.
So, makes you what?
I don't know. I'm confused
Sad?
about
Angry?
all of this. Kiana. If it's true that APS is evil, then Kiana makes sense. But Rindal doesn't. If it's true that APS is not evil, then Rindal makes sense and Kiana doesn't. We don't have enough information about the other chiefs to say one way or another which one stands out, but Kiana's not acting like someone who would be a purveyor of peace that APS claims to be.
So some of them are just better at looking good than others.
I guess, but something seems weird about it.
I
Also-
mean, Randall did mention that she's trying to like change a lot of the stuff. She did specifically mention when she was kind of talking about people who are more like judgmental and throw people in prison-y. She did mention Kiana and Aconite as that. I mean, Aconite makes sense. He's, a fake druid, and then Kiana doesn't sound great either.
Well, I think it's noteworthy that Kiana and Aconite are not the ones that are judging people and throwing them in prison. It's Rindal.
Aconite. I trust Aconite.
Ellie looks disgusted at Hyacinth.
Hellebore, like, almost, like, her neck probably pops. She looks over so fast. What? Why?
I knew him growing up. He still holds a druid's ideals. He doesn't spend a lot of time on the island.
Hyacinth, I was like explaining like you know, why what they were doing wasn't okay. And he literally said, whenever I was like, hey, it's not okay to like take people from nature and strip away their freedoms and, you know, cause them to be away from magic. He was just like, oh yeah, I guess that sucks to not be near nature. Like, no! Any real druid is not going to say that it sucks. They would understand that's the worst thing you can do is take away someone's freedom. They should just kill someone before they do that.
Should we, if he's not often on the island, should we get his key next to him? Because we don't, like, he might just disappear whenever the meeting happens, and we don't know when that's going to happen, so.
And the other thing that stands out to me, you said Ariane wasn't on the island, but he was
No.
definitely here when we came up from the Citadel.
But he's like magic and stuff. Can he, like, teleport?
It might not register if they're on a different plane, right?
Why would he be on a different plane?
I don't know. If
I
they're...
mean,
What was their mission?
Collect the scrolls his coworkers require.
DM, I'm gonna DM you something.
Okay.
I mean, Rain will continue on with that then. Well, I mean, not all scrolls are necessarily all on the same plane.
I suppose.
It wouldn't be that impossible to think that they left somewhere else. I know it's only been a little bit of time, but traveling between the planes, it's hard work, but quick work sometimes.
I mean, is he, like, searching other planes, or did he just hop in to get one, and we happened to look at the book when he was still somewhere else? When
I
we
don't
look
know.
at the
It's
book
almost as
tonight,
if
he'll
we
probably
had
already be back.
we sorry, Hallie. But that's a good point. When we look at the book again, we can come to other conclusions depending on the results.
All right. So we can get prepared for that tonight, and I guess Helly, you can go get the potions and stuff from Rangdall. And what do you think they have a map here of like the island that might say where the chiefs sleep?
Where the chiefs sleep, probably definitely not. But
I don't think
since we're
so.
looking at the map tonight, we could always, while we're in there, pop in and check out where they are, see if any of them happen to be asleep.
DM, just to confirm, that was a map of like the world, right? It wouldn't be
Yes.
useful for like finding a building on APS.
The map that was open on the book was a map to the world, so wouldn't help you finding a specific building, correct?
Okay. Fair.
We
Yeah.
decide which one that we want to go after. Um, if it's Kiana, I remember they have it on, I think, like their belt. They carry it with them. So if that's who we want to go after first, I have a spell that could help me locate them. I just have to like walk around and sniff for a little bit, but it might show us where they're sleeping.
Okay. Kiana's human, right?
Kiana,
Kitsune.
no. Kiana's a
What?
kitsune.
Oh, okay. They still sleep. It's not like they're an elf.
Yeah,
I think.
correct. You are
Um,
correct. I believe.
They have a like really bad name, so yes, I'd say we go for them first.
Yeah, that is really
My
unfortunate.
What if it's not a
my only
coincidence at all?
my
Then
only
even more reason to go for them.
okay. My only thing is, I feel like how many key fragments are left? How many do we have?
We
I'm
only
so
have
sorry.
2, right?
We have 2.
We have
2 out of 8.
Grindall and Hollies.
Hmm.
Wait, how many are
Grind
there total?
9.
9 commands.
Okay.
I don't know why I was thinking 8. 8 is from another campaign. I'm pretty sure. Sorry.
We gotta collect the 9 chaos.
Emeralds, yes! I was just thinking. Where's that damn Chaos Emerald?
Well, that sounds like a plan later tonight. Me and, well, oh, wait, I can't be with Hellebore and with you guys. And so,
Figured we could maybe all go together to get the potions at least. I mean, I think she made the potions for all of us, like invisibility ones and stuff, and then we can go from there.
V, V can't easily make all of us sneaky. Like maybe 2 or 3 of us is easy, but I think any more than that, she can't do it.
Okay, so that's easy then. You, me, and Alibor.
All right.
Sky Hyacinth, Talzin, maybe it's best if you two set this one out.
It's alright with me. I've got things that I can do to occupy my time anyway.
Kind of convenient that Tate's not here, and now I feel bad though.
Tate's literally not here. You're fine.
I feel bad though. The guilt for recommending that, not including Talzin.
It's fine. Well, okay. I'm gonna take a short rest to get my spell slot back because I will probably need both of them later tonight. So what are we doing?
I do feel like Hellebore definitely did not miss Hyacinth's remark there, and she's been kind of just looking curiously.
You think they're the same person?
I saw the way that he talked to his assistant. I don't necessarily think he is the devil, Kiana, but there's definitely... Surely there's a connection there.
Can mortals not disrespect their servants?
I mean, they can, but...
And how long's Kiana been a chief? How long has
Kiana's got 1 tail, so a century at most.
And how long has the other
They-
Kiana been free?
We met Kiana before I accidentally dispelled the other one, so this one's at least been here first. I mean, it might just be the Lucifer thing. They just have the same name.
Well,
Maybe.
maybe that's even more reason we can find out where they sleep so we can snoop around.
I just can't shake the feeling I felt something. It might have just been the spirits in the room, but
Did I feel anything? Like any
No.
different from it?
not really, no.
Yeah, I think you're just crazy.
No.
I wouldn't worry about it.
You should learn to trust people's instincts. It can save you.
Like sitting in chairs and getting possessed.
I don't have instincts like that. That's why I rely on those around me. Apparently you don't either, so Hyacinth, we'll keep that in mind when we do go about things.
He nods.
I just don't think Tiana would have time. Like Tiana the devil would have time to do anything here if she's waging war in hell.
Then I don't know. I just
Doesn't that also seem like really direct? Like, aren't devils supposed to be, you know, obviously not you, Helly, you're perfect and amazing, but like, like manipulative and sneaky and stuff. It seems really on the nose for them to have someone who serves them that's named after them.
I don't know. Tiana could be very prideful. That might she might now be looking into him because they have the same name. Has he always been a jerk to his servants?
I don't know.
Maybe we ask his servant.
Maybe when you guys break back in.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Ellie, so who's Morlena? You seem like you seemed like you didn't like that name.
Helliber, instinctively flinches and like snarls. I feel like without even meaning to, there's like a kind of growl hiss that rises in her throat. And she looks away.
That's their leader, the Crest Hunt leader. She's the one who got Mother.
Mm. Okay, well, let's hope that APS was at least smart enough to send their good people on that one then.
Hopefully.
Alrighty, if we're just waiting until night, Helliber's gonna go back sightseeing.
Fair enough.
Can I get a short rest?
Absolutely. Okay, you guys, is there anything you guys would like to do during the few hours of downtime before nightfall?
Get my proficiency.
Oh,
Few fragments.
if before I take my short rest, because you said we have a few hours, if I notice Helibor swinging away, Helly would say, do you want to spar with someone? That might make it easier to learn."
Well, I kind of was thinking after Hyacinth mentioned that last time. I this feels really, really cruel and mean to say because they're all very adorable and perfect, but if you have like maybe you could summon something that could. I mean, I don't intend on hurting them, but it's just like if I accidentally killed them, it wouldn't kill them, you know, like they would just like they'd be okay.
Yeah, that's easy peasy. Now I just gotta decide who. Uh, well, if you're wanting, like, if you want training, I know probably the one that can talk might be the most helpful. So, and she'll lift her hand and glow red and summon, how do you, Dantalion? Dantalion?
Dantalion.
Dan.
Alrighty.
Danny boy.
uh,
Dan
you.
is a champion, if that helps your search.
Gotcha. You summon this Cambion. Hello,
Hey, Dan.
Alicia. To what do I owe the honor?
I'm gonna need you to help my girlfriend Helly here learn how to swing a scythe. It's not too unlike your spear, right?
I probably could help, if that is what you so wish, Princess of the Nine Hells.
Yeah. She like rolls her eyes. Yeah, get to it.
You are Her Highness's girlfriend, then, as he shifts his attention to you.
Helipor is like hiding behind the scythe a little bit, like pokes an eye out.
That is me. Yes, I do have the honor of being that.
I see. I sure do hope that the others in the Hells are smart enough to not make a fuss out of this relationship. But I shall teach you what I can about wielding a scythe.
The knowledge that you have is like super appreciated.
Alright, go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me.
Okay. Have to see what I rolled. 18, 19, 20. That's a pretty good. That's 22.
22. You kind of stand across from Dan as he brandishes his spear, holding it two-handed, and says to you, "All right. The first thing you need to know is how to hold your weapon and how to stand. So, show me your best fighting stance."
Halibor is going to transform into a mimic and just do her best Todd impression. Which is basing all of this off of.
Transform into a mimic?
Did everything after that cut out?
No, I'm... How?
Because she's mimicking him. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Just because you can wild shape, so I was very confused.
No.
Yeah, okay. You do your best to mimic Todd's stance. You see Dan, the Cambion, kind of looks you up and down and gives an approving nod as he says, "All right, you understand the basics at least. Stance like that," kind of tilts his head back and forth. It's one built for offense. All right. I want you to swing for me.
Okay. Like a swing and stop before, or are you wanting me to
I
do
want
like
you to
a
hit me. Make me feel pain.
oh uh oh okay.
I feel like, oh god, I feel like Elibor like blushes a little at that, like, oh god, what did I get myself into? And then, she will take a deep breath and swing like she's gonna kill the fucker.
How do you swing?
Oh no!
I need you to describe the way that Helibor swings this weapon for me.
Oh,
Is it a wide
Jesus.
swing? Is it flourishing? Anything like that?
I
Can't see well enough to look up Soul Eater gifts for reference. All right, we're just gonna do this in the head.
I can look
feel
up Soul
like
Eater gifts.
you're, you're fine. Honestly, it's not anything that extra. I feel like Helibor has been not really focusing on the showy flourishes as much as like she's basically trying to mimic Todd's like kill them as quickly as possible type of thing. Like a very like I am here to do this. I am going to do this in the most efficient manner possible. Like she doesn't fuck around. Like it is just kill as quickly as possible.
Okay, roll to hit.
Takes me a little bit to see this. That is a 17 to hit.
You swing hard and fast, and you see Dan barely manages to bring up his spear in time to block the attack. As there's kind of a shocked look on his face as he does, and kind of pushes your spear back, or pushes your scythe back. Okay, impressive. Better than I expected. Almost didn't see that one coming. Who taught you?
mostly myself.
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't true.
Oh shit, you're serious. How the fuck did you... Well, fuck. I see why Her Highness chose you. Alright. I want you to block. Show me you can block.
Okay.
Helipper will go in her most defensive stance.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check for me.
Oh no, not the intelligence.
I'll let you use wisdom. Actually.
Okay.
Hell yeah. That's a soft 20.
20. All right. You see Dan kind of brandishes the spear one-handed, and very quickly, he lifts it as if he's about to swing overhead, and then quickly twirls in his hand and stabs it towards you. And you just barely manage to pull the scythe up in time to block the attack. He nods. As you kind of remember the way that Todd blocks, and you keep the scythe close to you as you do parry the attack. Dan nods. All right. I see you have an understanding of how it works then. Keep your swings short, and keep that blade as close to you as possible. Only extend out when you know you have an opening. Otherwise, small swings trying to break through defense. Now,
Like a snake.
like a snake. I like that analogy. All right. Now, clearly, you have an idea of what you're doing. I want you to try and kill me. And I'm going to try and strike you down. All right?
Okay. Help me a little bit. Help me a little bit here. Can you show your fangs and go like and like hiss like you're a vampire?
He inhales. He inhales and says, I'm going to fucking kill you. As he growls, baring his fangs. And then he is going to rush at you, trying not to give you an opening. We are not going to roll initiative. Instead, what we're going to do is you're going to go ahead and roll me 5 attack rolls.
Okay.
I am going to go ahead and roll 5 attack rolls for him. Whoever has the most attack rolls above the other's AC will essentially win the spar, is how I'm going to rule this. Just because I don't want to run through an entire one-on-one combat right now. Is that fair?
That is fair. I'm sure dude's AC is probably better than mine.
Yeah, but he rolled like shit.
Okay. Alright, let me...
Dan's AC is pretty high.
Dun, 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 dun.
And what is Hellebor's AC?
14.
14, okay.
Come on. Well, that's pretty good.
It's taken me a little bit to see each of these. Give me just a moment.
You're good.
You said 5 times?
Yeah, 5 attack rolls. I know physical dice are click-clacky and wonderful, but if it is easier for you, Roll20 does exist.
That is true.
But
Yeah,
I
I'm
am
almost
not.
done.
I am not going to blame you for choosing to use physical dice and take longer. Because I also would do the exact same.
Alrighty, I have the results.
Okay. Give me your numbers.
That's a 15, a 25,
Hits.
and 19,
Hits.
another 25,
Hits.
and then a 16.
Okay. 3 hits. He rolled 2 above 14. A 19, a 25, a 13, a 12, and a 9. So, the spar goes on for probably about a minute. Weapons clashing against each other, the echo of metal throughout the room. Your blade carves into him a few times, but he shakes it off, bleeding over the floor. His spear pierces you a few times as well, though he is being more careful to attack non-lethally. It certainly doesn't feel that way. But just as he raises a spear, swinging towards you, the blade just about to connect, or the spearhead just about to connect with kind of the place where your neck meets your shoulder, you quickly parry and use the opening to swing into another attack, carving him in half as poof, vanishes into dust.
Heli claps.
Halivor, it actually takes her probably a moment, considering how intense that was. Like she kind of like smiles at Helly, like takes a few like deep breaths, shocked that she won that, and then just kind of like clatters back a little bit. Oh shit! Tell him I'm sorry. Tell him I'm sorry.
I'll look to Philly and say, Philly, can you get someone to tell Dan that Helivor's sorry?
Of course. Philly vanishes.
Good job! I didn't know you would cut him in half. That was so cool.
Yeah. I didn't know I would either. That was helpful though. I still feel bad. He seemed nice, but I'm sure he's fine, right? I mean, they're not like
yeah.
there's no lasting injuries.
Don't worry about it. He'll heal, and Dan's pretty nice. He and his mom were both pretty nice. I wanted to ask him how his mom's doing, but I can ask him later.
Philly reappears. Mistress Helly, bowing to Helibor. Dan says thank you for the exhilarating fight, and he accepts your apology and awaits the next one.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, if he's into that sort of thing, then I mean, each their own. Okay. This was pretty helpful.
Hyacinth in the corner. Like, he's the one that suggested pouring in the first place.
No! And then Helly swoops in with the here's someone you can kill.
Hyacinth is watching and does clap when Helibor wins, but mostly just watches from the sidelines. But we are going to go ahead and call break there. We'll be back at 10 past the hour, and while we're doing that, Tori, if you want to go ahead and add great swords to your proficiencies.
Woo! You can't. I can hear her celebrating in the other room, but the mic is not picking it up.
Oh my god. I am happy. Whoop and yippee.
You've certainly put in the effort for it.
I have certainly bugged you incessantly. You are correct.
And Helibor has put in a decent amount of practice time. But yeah. I assume Helibor continues to practice throughout the remaining time before nightfall.
Indeed.
But yeah, we'll be back at 10 past the hour. We're going on break now. Woo.
Is Ayla awake?
Ayla, please tell me you're alive.
All right. Sweet. Okay. We'll see if she's woken up at the other side of break then. Ayla, you're being very silly right now.
I wasn't asleep. You were.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Whoa!
We're on break for another 12 minutes.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
sleepyhead. You motherfucker. Like, I got on mic and I said that, and I was like, oh, okay. And I put my mic down, and as I was walking away, I heard your voice. All right, I'm gonna go get my food. Hey, roll call.
Ah,
Talon,
yeah.
Tori, Tori,
E.
Tabby. Tabby, I swear to God. Tabby. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm here. Okay. Ayla. Ayla? Do we have an Ayla in the class? Has anyone seen Ayla?
She might have fallen back asleep.
Damn, I'm not calling her again.
You're not?
She's probably asleep.
Do it. Oh, well, I need to practice my 6 scythe moves, but,
Dia, you got your proficiency.
I mean, do we want to continue without her?
No, because she was the one that wanted to talk to the king
Yeah,
and look at the book and all that.
yeah. So, should we just call session here? Let her sleep and come back to it whenever we come back to it?
I guess so.
Alrighty. Short session today. Thank you all for coming, both viewers and players, even those of you who are asleep. And I will see you all next time when we learn more about this Alphonse person. Goodbye for now, my friends.